Welcome to today's session. In this session, we are going to study the moral. What is the moral and why it is important to study, why it is important to consider while working in the enterprise as a top management employee. So, by studying the moral of the employee, we can boost the organization efficiency, and in better way we can move towards the organization goal. In last session we studied the purchasing process. In this session we are going to study the psychology, the industrial psychology of the employee, the moral. In next session we are also going to study the motivation and the job satisfaction consequently. So for this session, what is the moral? The moral is the mental condition or the attitude of the individual or the attitude of the group. So, while considering the individual person, we necessarily and importantly, we are studying the individual attitude in the group to achieve the objective of the group. How is the individual is working in the group? We are going to focus, and for that the mental condition and the attitude for that condition, for willingness to work. So how he is willing to work while working in the group indicates the moral, and we can define that moral is something about that, the mental condition. So moral is basically the measure of extent, whether it is high or low, of voluntary cooperation by individual while working in the group, or voluntary cooperation of the group and desire to attain the common goal. So you are familiar about the word the voluntary cooperation, not to speak about much that. It is the measure of the extent how group is performing by offering the voluntary cooperation and helping the group to achieve the enterprise goal. So morale is either high or low, so we are measuring it. So individual's attitude, morale is the individual's attitude in the group endeavor. So here endeavor word mentioned because top management is offering certain type of the task depending upon their intellectual levels or the experience background, and for achieving them, how the attitude will individual show in the group, and in turn how the group will show the attitude to achieve the enterprise goal, that show the moral of the individual while working in the group. So we are focusing basically the individual, because as in textbooks you will find that the moral is associated specifically towards the, or for only specific to the group. But what group actually forms? It is a group of the individuals. It is the number of the individuals will form the group. So we are focusing on the individual's attitude and keeping in that mind. So attitude of the individual while working in the group. So for example, a performance of a player in the sports team, whether it is a cricket or the football or the hockey, etc. So how is the player will show the attitude to win the team. So in turn, the goal of the nation, so for which the team is playing, or the goal of the team to achieve the club objective, if the team is playing for the private or the cooperative club. So here cooperative club or the nation is the organization or the enterprise, and the team is the group in which the individual is the working to achieve the group objective. In turn, the group is achieving the enterprise goal. So moral is the extent of which the needs of the individual are getting satisfied. So individuals having some needs, when they satisfied, the moral of the individual will get increased, obviously. So high moral is the spirit full of confidence. So it is a basic, short, not a basic, but a short definition that whenever the employee or the individual is of high moral, he is the full of spirit. So moral is basically made up of two sets. So a set having the elements which help to make a person satisfied about his job or about his work will form a set, and in another set where the elements present in that set will create this dissatisfaction in the individual or create the dissatisfaction in the employee. So after studying the concept of the moral, we will study the what are the factors actually available at the enterprise, what will create the moral, or what create or what will low down the moral or what will high up the moral, what actually factors are responsible for these we will going to study. So first factor is the job factor. So job factors are basically the nature of the job for which the employee is working, how is the work, how is the task of the job, and next is the job satisfaction, how much the satisfaction is obtained by completing the job. If we already seen that satisfaction will boost up the morale or will increase the morale, so such a person who completed the job is of a high morale. Interest in the job and the work, so a person having the interest in the job and the work will obviously increase the morale. The confidence, a confidence is actually we seen a short definition, a spirit full of confidence is uh, of a high person, of a high moral person. Next job factor is the fatigue and boredom associated with the job or the work. So some works are there in the factory. The works some are quite repetitive in manner for 8 hour shift if we consider. So for entirely 8 hour shift he is doing some repetitive task to tightening the bolt or to remove or to loading and unloading the job, same type of the job. So by doing loading, unloading, loading, unloading for entire shift, this will create the repetitiveness in the job and will create the boredom, and ultimately it will create the fatigue to the individual. So in that cases the morale will dip down. Next job factor is the nature of the leadership available or the nature of the supervision is implemented in the organization. So if the leadership or the supervision will suits that employee, then obviously his morale is of a high manner. Next job factor is the working and environmental conditions available in the factory or in the organization. So it is said that a percent of the morale is already linked to the working and environmental conditions. Next factor is the equipment condition. Obviously a new equipment or the highly maintained old equipment or the equipment in a good condition, in a smooth running condition, will obviously create the high morale in the individual or in the employee, and obviously he will be enthusiastic to work for his job. Next set of factor which affect the morale are the personal factors. So apart from the job factors, there are some factors linked to the personal. So they are not associated with the factory timings for which the employee is engaged in the organization. So apart from factory hours, he spends some time outside the factory. So the background of the employee, the personality of the employee will obviously have some influence on the morale. The age of the employee, the younger persons, as we know, are generally enthusiastic about everything. So age is influencing a morale. The sex, either male or the female. So as we know, a male are basically attracted to the some kind of some set of the things, and females are attracted to another set of the things. The intelligence of the persons, the obviously we can say that intelligence will create some type of the morale, some kind of the morale in the individual. The skill and proficiency of the employee will higher skilled and highly proficient person or the employee is obviously having a high morale about his work and to do the job. The training and the experience, the well trained employee and experienced employee obviously is of a high morale toward his job, and whatever the task is assigned to him, he will do in a highly enthusiastic manner and of a high morale. So apart from job and personal factors, there are other factors. These are organizational efficiency. So if the organizational efficiency is of a high manner, then obviously individual will or the employee will try to cope up with that organizational efficiency, and if he is lagging, he will bring their attitude and the working nature to cope up with the organization efficiency. Sometimes there are unfair selection policies and the unfair promotion policies implemented in the factory or in the enterprise. So these factors will influence obviously on the employee's mind and will dip down the morale. The rewards and the incentives are to give up or to uh, boost up the morale of the employee or to give the motivation. After studying the factors, what factors are actually there which will improve the morale or which will decrease the morale of the employee, we studied in the factors affecting the morale. And after studying the factors, what are actually responsible factors about the morale, then we will try to improve the morale. We will try to measure first, and after measuring we will try to improve the morale. So for improving the morale, we have to first measure the morale of the available morale of the employee. So for measure, there are some kind of the questions asked to the employee. So first type of measurement is by doing the attitude questionnaire, by asking the questions about their attitude while working in the group. So for example, the question will be, do you feel that you are really a part of your work group? So employee have to select one option from available choices. So basically it is a multiple choice question. So whether he will feel that he is really a part of the work group or included in the most ways or included in some ways but not in others, or do not feel he is really belong to the group. So how is he is feeling about the group? So by choosing one of the answer, the top management will able to know the attitude of the individual while working in the group. Another, for example, a question will be, how do you rate your company with others as a place to work with? So it is a comparative question while working in the group. So very most, worse than average, etc. So by looking at the answer, we can able to measure the morale, how he is having the morale and how he will carry out the work on that morale. Another way of measuring the morale is the measuring group versus group. So asking the questions, for example, with whom would you prefer to work? So basically the question will indicate the partner for his work. So by choosing the partner, they can form the group, and forming such groups with the cooperative groups will certainly boost the morale of the employee. Another questions in that category may be, who would make a good supervisor? So it is questions regarding choosing a leadership or choosing a type of supervision. Another way, other criteria to measure the morale of the employee is measuring in a way that making the comparison of earlier and present states. So earlier working conditions before measuring and present working conditions, or the present task responsibilities, earlier task responsibilities, etc. Whatever the measuring topic here, we are measuring the earlier state and previous state. Another criteria may be measuring the output created by the group and measuring the product quality of the enterprise. We can able to judge that how is the morale of the employee and at what morale conditions they are working. Next is the analyzing the complaints received and the grievances received from the within the company and from outside the company. We can able to know that how is the moral conditions of the employee while working in the group and how we can sort out the things. So as we know, we earlier discussed the factors to actually check that by what factors the morale is going high and going low, and after that we are in a phase to measure that morale, and next we can improve the morale by considering these factors earlier we studied, and by measuring their earlier states now we are in a phase to increase the morale. So first condition, or the first way to improve the morale is to providing the profit earned by the enterprise. So introduction of the profit sharing scheme. So whatever the profit earned by the enterprise, we are offering to the employee, we are distributing the profits in the employees. So in that way, employee while working feel that he is working for his own, or he is working for his own company. So in that way we can improve their morale. Next way is to giving proper status and recognition. So well recognized person will work in a group with high morale because he know that someone is there for his recognition, that he is completing some task, then he will get recognized in the group, or his group will get recognized in the company, and he will get attention from other employees or from other groups. So by offering a proper status to the group or the employee, we can improve the morale. Consulting the group on matters related to work done by them. So whatever the task completed in the history by the group, The top management or the middle management will offer the consultation on the previous task completed and will suggest them how to improve their task. So in that way, we'll create the healthy environment, a cooperative environment in the company or in the enterprise, and obviously this condition will boost up the morale. By implementing a suitable suggestion system, a informal talk in some conditions and in some cases uh, prove that workers or the employees morale is boosted from negative to positive, from low to high. Welfare schemes, by employing a pension scheme for the employees, by employing a headquarters or the living conditions for the workers within or outside the premises of the enterprise, a housing colony, housing policy, or etc., will create the high morale among the employees. Adequate grievance handling procedure. So, employee while working in a group are aware about someone is there for us, someone is there to listen for our problems. So by keeping the adequate grievance handling procedure, the employees morale will get improved.